So here we are in Millie, going for a little drive. As you can hear, she's very quiet. Well, perhaps you can't hear. We're heading down towards Littlehampton. Funny name, Littlehampton. It's like admitting one has a small appendage. And there's no excuse for that these days, because you get all these lovely pharmaceuticals coming through onto your desktop, or at least I do, telling me that I must have a Littlehampton because I need all these drugs. How they know, I have no idea. Another beautiful Sussex day, and I'm already boring you to death because there's very little to say about Millie. She just drives spot on, absolutely as you'd like. 109,346 miles currently, and not showing her age at all. Certainly not mechanically. It is possible if you, when she's cold, if you race through the gears from first to second, you can beat the synchromesh. If you change it at a normal sort of pace, you can't. And oddly enough, it doesn't happen if you go from when one goes from third to second. Only from first to second, so that's a bit odd. And it only does it when it's cold. As soon as it's warmed up, she's fine. But I mention it because I like to mention anything I know. A chap in the fuel station just now told me that my rear brake light, driver's side brake light, isn't working, which I shall fix when I get home. Other than that, she is boringly nice. Actually, she's very excitingly nice, and I've sort of been using her as my daily driver. Well, when I can. I don't get out in her enough, and that's the reason for sale. I just don't use her. And therefore it's hard to justify keeping such a wonderful beast from doing more. And we've even, I think, we're going to get over the gates without them shutting on us. Normally, just as I get here, they start flashing. Phew. Because you can be hours at this crossing. I don't know why they have to close the gates minutes and minutes and minutes. I don't know, 5 minutes before a train arrives, and then 5 minutes between they keep them shut for some unaccountable reason. I must write to Railtrack on behalf of Mr. Angry of Tunbridge Wells. Anyway, I'm almost at my destination, Morrison's, because they've got a fantastic meat counter. They butcher their own meat, and that's all I buy from Morrison's, just their meat. So, there you have Millie. Right. Well, that's the Morrison's bit done. I'm now going to head on to Asda, where I buy my wine. And then I buy my food at Sainsbury's. And fresh pasta, if ever we use it, from Waitrose, because that's the best. Anyway, having had my housewife and superstar shopping tips, I can also tell you that there is another advantage to using one of these as your daily driver, and that is, as I have done, if you go and buy some meat in a shop, and some fish, some prawns, you don't have to worry about them going off while you go and visit another shop, because you pop them in the fridge, which is very simple to do. When I bought Millie, the steering was as heavy as I am. And then I looked down and I saw that the old lady I bought it from has got a sticker here saying tyre pressures front 33, and of course they're not. They should be 43. So having changed them to 43, it's now as light as my wife. It was a bit close, but there you go. And here we go, motor racing. Anyway, another little outing with Millie, this time on a dual carriageway to just push home the message that she really does keep up with modern traffic, even though she's nearly 25 years old. In fact, on the way up Berry Hill the other day, I actually overtook someone. pretty good going for a camper van. Anyway, that's enough of me yakking on. That's Millie.